Well, I was gonna film a video today going to an old fire lookout tower and tackling a couple different things, going out doing some rock hounding, but there's a problem. I don't know when this happened. Look at that right there. Yeah, my U-joint cap should be right in there, but it's not. It's not in there. This is an extra big pickle because I was wanting to go do this fire lookout tour for you guys and go to this old ghost town sighting camp. I need 4-wheel drive to get there. That's not good. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be installing poor man RCV shafts. Now, I want to make it clear, they're not RCVs. They're not remotely close to the same durability. All they are CV shafts from a 94 to 98 Grand Cherokee. Now, the only real benefit you're going to get from this is smoother driving on road. If you were to break one of your CV shafts on the trail, you're going to be able to get out. You're not going to have the issues like I'm having right now with a spit out U-joint cap. They do come with a lifetime warranty, but that doesn't really help you on the trail, but neither does a blown up axle shaft. So I'd rather be able to limp myself off the trail, go get myself another one, versus have a break, just be stuck. Yes, you can rebuild it on the trail, but you don't have to rebuild these on the trail. They will be enough to get you off between your winch and 3-wheel drive essentially. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've already got the wheel and tire off, as you see here. The vehicle is jacked up with a jack and a stand. I'm gonna pull my brakes. I did pick up new wheel bearings just in case, you never know. I'm gonna pull this cotter pin, pull off this little protective deal, pull the nut holding on my current axle shaft, my caliper, and let's just get started. It is a hot day today, and I've discovered that GoPros absolutely hate the heat, so I'm gonna try and keep you guys in the shade while I do this. All right, now I hope I grabbed the right size socket for this axle nut. Look at that, I sure did. A little bit of play, but that'll work. All right, I popped it in 4-high, grabbed a punch that I am just gonna drop into there. I don't know how much that's actually gonna help or not, but I'm gonna drop that in there, grab the bigger breaker bar, a cheater bar. We're getting this thing. As long as my back will let me, I guess. Whew. Who knew what a little bit of PB Blaster can do? I'm actually surprised at how much that helped. We're back on, because I don't have a compression tool. That's one of those things that I've always said I'm gonna invest in, and then I never do. So that's nasty. Now I need to pop off all the sockets holding on my wheel bearing. I remember absolutely coating the, oh yeah, look at that. That thing's already ready to pop off. I was gonna say, I remember absolutely coating the crap out of these in anti-seize because I hate fighting wheel bearings. I just hate fighting parts when I'm taking them off. So I remember absolutely coating the crap out of these. Alright, got the last bolt to the wheel bearing. Right there. So this guy should pop right off, just like that. And this is probably, it's still good, but so let's go ahead and pop the short side out. There it is. That is what failed me. I'm just jumping around in there. All right, so here's our part number, CH8220. Yep, CH8220 from O'Reilly's. It's got a lifetime warranty, and my shop was telling me as long as you're not replacing it like every month, they will warranty them. So this one you can see has the speed sensor ring and the ABS ring. I don't have ABS. There's that boot. I'm gonna pop this guy off. I'm going to slide it on in and see if it fits. Look at that. So far so good. I'm gonna go grab the wheel bearing. Okay, so far the only snafu I've run into is I remember now. When I got those Vision Ojos bead locks, the thickness of that wheel is much thicker than any stock XJ wheel, and I had to get wheel bearings with longer studs in them, and these are significantly shorter. So I am gonna have to reuse this, and I'm not gonna be able to use the ones I picked up. So fingers crossed the other side. This one's okay, it'll be fine. All right, well, we have made it to the other side. Hopefully it goes as smooth as the other side. So I'm gonna remove the caliper, remove my rotor, remove the axle shaft and nut, and try and get this shaft in here. So far, everything's fitting pretty solid. So let's go ahead and knock this out super quick. Let's throw this wheel back on. God, this is just 33s too. I sound like an old man trying to get them up. There we go. And drop her. Well, I shaved my mustache while you guys were away, but we just got done driving the road and some gravel roads to one of my favorite spots to stop and talk a little bit about these poor man CV or poor man RCVs, the Grand Cherokee CV shafts. Isn't it an upgrade? Probably not in the long run when it comes to durability, but for my application right now, these things are going to solve a big issue. Already driving on the highway, I have noticed a huge difference in the actual drivability of this thing. Now, a lot of people have talked about the pros and cons in other videos, so I won't go too far into it. However, I'll touch base on it. If you blow one of these up on the trail, you're gonna be able to drive off the trail. Now, a lot of the videos talk about how they wouldn't recommend these if you're running bigger than a 33. I am on a 33. I plan to go to 35s, but that's on a completely different set of axles. So these are gonna work for what I need them for right now. I'm gonna be able to drive every day with them, get out on the trail system with them. This thing, as of right now, isn't getting wheeled too hard, so I'm not too worried about that. So take that into consideration if you're gonna consider throwing these in the front of your TJ or your XJ. Now, I've already really liked how they're handling on the road, on the gravel. Let's go ahead and have the opportunity to put it in 4 low and see how these do. All right, if you are planning on camping here in the hills, just know that fires like this one with a primitive ring are actually very illegal. And I know this the hard way. I'm just gonna own it. I've made the same mistake, done the same thing, got in trouble for it. Is what it is. You live and you learn, and I haven't done it since because, you know, it's illegal to do here. You can't have campfires like this. And one of the worst parts is if this were to cause a forest fire and cause this whole area to go up, that trail that gets to this super beautiful view, that gets closed. Gets closed for rehabilitation after the fire. You lose your trail to this super beautiful spot. So be smart. I'm gonna toss all the rocks out of that. It is what it is. Places in Colorado you can have stuff like that, but you can't here. The Black Hills are in a burn ban in the South Dakota side, so no campfires. I'm gonna toss all the rocks and I'll show you guys this view. One of the things that I'm loving so far about these is that when I'm in 4 low and I turn hard left or right, there's like no crow hopping or whatever in there. It is so smooth. I'm sure you hear that little knocking. Let's ignore that. I believe it was my upper control arm joint. Well, we are almost completely out. The highway is like a half a mile from where we're at right now. Sway bar is hooked back up. The Poor Man RCVs, they're awesome. I like being able to turn. There's no binding. It's super smooth. We'll see how they hold up over time. I discovered I have to replace a upper control arm bushing on the axle side. Is what it is when you get out and you use and abuse your equipment. You're gonna have maintenance. But overall, guys, this was so much fun and I'm so glad I get to share it with you guys. But you already know the drill. Get on out there and keep on jeeping on. Now, one thing I was planning on talking to you guys about in this video, if you stayed past my outro and everything, and you didn't see me at Jeep Camp, well, I owe you an explanation. Guys, there will not be a Jeep Camp video as I had to work. I know, responsibilities had to come first. I requested this off like 6 months ago, but sometimes things within work schedules don't line up. So I had to work all of Jeep Camp. I was there for the dinner and there for registration, but I'm just as bummed as I think some of you guys were. I was really excited to share the trails with you guys and get you down some really cool stuff, but it is what it is. So fingers crossed we can bring you guys some more adventures too, but overall I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.